love you, we love you, we love you individually and as a group. We like to play all kinds of music for you. That's because I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for records. Obviously, not just the ones I made, but the ones that my mother left school at 14 and sold records. And later on, she became the girl known in Liverpool that knew something about jazz and dance band music. And she met my father across the counter of a record shop called Bennett's. That's exactly right. Even though he was from Birkenhead, so we won't speak about that. She was the girl that knew something about jazz. He was the man who wore yellow socks. Everybody wanted to be Americans back then. And as I grew up, I got to go to those record shops, and I probably kind of got to trust people. There was a guy that used to work in one of our record shops, it was called Algo Rhythm. And he could tell you everything you wanted to know about music. And one day in 1972, I was in Probe Records in Liverpool, and I picked up a second-hand record that some journalist had cast away. And I said to him, you know my taste pretty well. You think I'm gonna like this record? It's by this unknown Dutch singer. His name's Bruce Springsteen. What did I know? It just looked like a Dutch name to me. I'm talking about 1972, it was the first record, So he said, yeah, I think you probably like that one. I took it home, and sure enough, it was all these romantic songs with rock and roll and a girl in a red dress called Mary, and a car was driving by playing Roy Orbison, and they were on the boardwalk together, and there was something called a tilt-a-world. I don't know what the fuck that was, but it sounded good. So I got my guitar and I started to try and write like Bruce, trying to write these romantic songs all about the radio and how great it was. Now you got to remember, in England in those days, the radio went off at 10 o'clock in the evening after improving words from the vicar. So nothing really fitted, and I sang this here song for a while, and then we kind of got a little bit famous, made a record, and nobody knew I had this song. And the night before we were due to do our American television debut, we were playing the Stone Pony at Asbury Park. And I thought, well, this is where I'm going to find out where Bruce got all his secrets from. And I went walking down the boardwalk, and I said, well, the seaside town that I used to go to as a kid, it just used to have like one sad donkey tied to a post in case it ran away. And here I go out on the boardwalk, and it's really cold. It was November, and the wind is whipping off the Atlantic Ocean, and the tilt-a-world is closed down, and there's no radio station playing Roy Orbison, and no girl in a red dress. And I got to the end of the boardwalk, and you know what I saw? You know what I saw? Just one sad donkey tied to a post. And I wrote the song this way. I was tuning in the shining light, not down to everyone who's laying down station singing songs with the tears from my eyes. I see this and think about I never see the way the switch broke as I told. There's seeing things that I can only believe. They really think about getting out of the radio is the sound of my nation. Radio is cleaning up the nation. You see, you better listen to the voice of the